Okie dokie. I'm Lauren.
I'm Yan.
I'm Narissa.
I'm Brayden.
And so the first question is, what type of economic crime is this? And so we kind of said it was
A mix of two typologies, which
Yeah.
is like the predatory, and then the other one was the
market-based.
market-based. Because I think for predatory, it might be because in the textbook it talked about extortion, and we thought that I'm sure that if they're spies, they're getting information that they need to use. They're getting information on important people or about organizations that they can use to either sabotage or like blackmail, and I feel like that's kind of where we think it is. I mean, certain parts of the spying crime.
Mhm. And then for market-based, we kind of like saw like the information as like a physical thing,
Like
kind
a
of.
good or a service.
Yeah, to like possibly sell back to their country like the information. Because I would assume Russia was paying them a good amount to like get a certain amount of information. So, yep. So,
For question two,
what criminological theories best explain the criminal behavior committed? So in our notes about like economic crime, they usually said like it was routine activities and rational choice.
And for rational choice, it could be they are believing that they're helping their homeland where they come from, which is more important than hurting someone else's country. So they don't feel that they could feel that the information isn't hurting anyone in particular. It's not like they're being James Bond who kills people. They're just getting information. However they use the information is will benefit people in Russia, not hurt people in America.
or like it can benefit their belief and how their ideology to like, oh, maybe this kind of a society would do a lot better, and so if I did sell this information, like this party would win and they would do better, like maybe the Trump elections, I don't know, just saying, or something like that. And then what's the other one?
Rational choice.
And wasn't that rational choice?
Yeah, that was rational choice.
Oh, routine activity.
Yeah.
Oh, routine activities.
That's probably not as much, since that's more about someone who wants to commit it and in a situation where it's available to commit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, they kind of, it wasn't just like these people just accidentally bumped into them or whatever. It was like planned.
exactly.
Very, like they were living there and like they knew.
They planned the move, they planned to be.
They planned exact
infiltrate.
footsteps to like bump into someone or something.
But at the same time, it might be they plan to enter, this community, but then accidentally, while trying to get into this community and infiltrate, they get certain information. So, I mean, it might work both ways, but I feel like it's not probably the best.
It sounds like the entire plan is not routine activity explained.
Yeah, it's just maybe certain parts of
Exactly.
what happens and during their plan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so number 3, what are the most interesting elements of this case? So one of the things is that there were at least 10 spies.
I almost thought there'd be more.
Right.
I was thinking because I'm like only 10, that's none, and I thought, oh, there's more. We just haven't found them yet.
Yeah, well, it's like usually crimes, at least all of our case studies, have been about one person. I mean, there was one about those 2 boys. But,
Yeah, or like they're partners and they work together. But sorry.
Oh no, you're good. And like so it was just like a huge group, but they weren't exactly connected because they were in different areas.
Like they weren't working together, but working separately for the same cause.
The same goal. Yeah.
Yeah, and some of them, I mean, they were talking about how some of them had been there for much longer, and some were there for a lot shorter. But it's very interesting to see that it's been going on for so long.
Yeah.
And that they could really infiltrate any part of society.
Yeah, and also what was interesting was that like we don't really know what information they were looking for. I feel like our government, the FBI, is maybe hiding something that Russia maybe knows about and wants to get their hands on, because like I'm not sure what would be so like why they would need specific information about us. I don't know.
Well, sometimes it might be like to us maybe it's really mundane information, but to them it might be something that can really just shatter whatever they're trying to do. And
Yeah, maybe like
Yeah.
military.
maybe military plans, military secrets, or like dirty like secrets from this particular politician, so they can blackmail them to do their bidding.
Or
Who
even
knows?
just like a feel of what like
Exactly.
a foreign trade and communication
Yeah.
laws would be like,
Mhm.
which will affect how the Russian government responds ahead of time.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
mhm.
And then also, these people could have had like different motivations compared to like what their organization wanted. But we don't know that for sure. So, but like that could have been a possibility. Which
Yeah, like for example, someone might be like, "Oh, my family has been doing this, so I just joined the family business," or "My mom's dying, I have no money, I need the money. They offered money, so I'm gonna do it."
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
All right. So the last question is, what can be learned from this case that would be helpful in advancing criminological theory and criminal justice practice?
One theory that I thought this kind of was interesting to look at through the lens of was cultural, social, was like cultural theory and like subcultural theory, in the sense that these people were not presently in the near their subculture, being Russia, but they still followed those beliefs, and it kind of shows that subculture is much more what information you can learn from your subcultures, and you take on with you rather than being in that subculture itself. And it's kind of the culture you're in is not your subculture per se.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I can really think of is like so much crime is just like one person, and so I guess this is kind of connected to terrorism. I mean, not exactly, but like just groups forming from like different countries and nations. So like that's fascinating on like what their motivations are. But yeah, anything else?
Well, and like with studying it, I don't know. I mean, they're spies. Their whole point is to go undercover and not be seen. So, and I'm not sure again how you could really combat that. That was another problem with the others without invading privacy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very big on take all my information. I'm not doing anything wrong, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Um,
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Alright.
Thank you.
Yeah.